So he came up right behind me, smack in the middle of Starbucks, and it's a good thing I stopped there. I was originally going to go to the bathroom. And I looked down that hallway and I said, this guy's going to follow me into a hallway where I'm not going to be able to do anything. Nobody's going to see what he does to me. So I didn't. I stopped in the middle of the Starbucks, right there, in Claremont Center. It's right in the middle. Thinking, what am I supposed to do? And then realizing the guy's got his chest. He's got his chest against my back. Imagine a big burly cop who is angry with you. You have insulted his sense of propriety. He is not the god of the streets. Somebody could actually dance right in front of him, had the temerity to dance in front of him, facing him, 20 feet away from him, that close. Somebody has the nerve to do that. I don't know. All I know is I'm dancing, facing in his direction right outside the Starbucks. Not bothering nobody. Nobody at all. Just dancing. My arms are going up in the air, you know, I dance. That's what I do, man. I'm a dancer. And as far as I know, there are no laws against it. They're doing it in front of a school is a bad idea, as I'm learning. I got a court trial coming up. Criminal trespass, 4th degree. It's too big to be handled in Claremont, little old Claremont, which is not so little, I mean, but it has to be handled at the county level, the Superior Court, really superior. You know, in Newark. I can't wait to go down there. That's what I'm doing tomorrow, to find out, well, when my frickin' court date is. Since, well, I did a video a little earlier tonight, but so at the risk of repeating myself, Claremont, okay, because they can't handle this very major crime that I committed, walking into a school for about 10 seconds and dancing. And the sidewalk in front of the school. Wow, bad stuff. Oh, and people reported that I peered into windows. Defiant trespassing. What is that? I don't know. Defiant? Meaning I didn't kiss the ass of somebody who didn't even tell me they didn't want me and their property? Because I'm very willing, accepting, I mean, I want to. Somebody says, well, you did something bad. But I apologize, sir. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if there's something I can do to make up for it. I promise I won't do it again now that I understand that it was a bad thing that I did. Sometimes we do things that we try to do something else, and we don't think of something that's completely outside of what we were trying to do. Sometimes we act a little foolhardy. Go a little overboard. Yeah. There are many amongst us who feel that life is but a joke. You and I, we've been through that. And it is not our fate. Let's not talk falsely. The hour is getting late. All along the watchtower, the princes kept their views. All the women came and went, their foot servants too. Outside in the distance, a wildcat did howl. 3 riders were approaching. The wind began to howl. Do, do, do. I can't remember the tune. All along the watchtower, princes kept their views, while all the women came and went, their foot servants too, outside in the distance, while cat did growl. Two riders, I said three, but two riders were approaching, the winds began to howl. Now, this is where it was Jimi Hendrix, it's a Bob Dylan song, and he did it, but Jimi Hendrix did the real, the one he got, was a #1 hit song or something. All along the watchtower, and with, his guitar on his teeth, and, his tushy playing it. I'll let my left cheek play the E string, and my right cheek will play the, he was quite a guy. It's too bad he had to mix alcohol and LSD, and not a good combination, because he, LSD, for anybody who's had any experience with it, there's this thing called synesthesia, where you do things like hear the cold, or see a taste. It's a very interesting phenomenon. Don't try it at home. you make sure you know what you're doing if you can get involved in that stuff, I'll tell you. I'm not recommending it at all. Any experience that I might have had or might not have, and I'm not going to say if I've had any at all, that's for you to decide. But, it's certainly way, way, way in the past, and, the statute of limitations. It's pledge allegiance to the statute of limitations. Yes, the statute of... Let's think about that. What kind of limitations are we talking about? Oh, never mind. I'm sorry. I'm getting off the track. So tomorrow I'm going into Newark, to the county seat. Not sure I really want to go there. Into this big building with, all these... it's a circus. That's what somebody said. It's a bit of a circus there. I said, how could I find out? Okay, so I have two things. One, I want to find out when the frick I'm supposed to go, because the Claremont people, in all their wisdom, unless this was intentional, unless they do this as part of their feigned incompetency, because they know what they're doing, I think, or maybe they're just freaking incompetent. First, they send me this. Okay, wait. I went there to the courthouse saying, when am I supposed to go? And they said, we just sent you out the thing. And they showed me a copy of it. And on it, it said, and they made me a copy to take home. Thank you very much for helping me out. It's nice that somebody is telling me what the frick is going on, since I don't know, and it is my tush on the line. So, she showed me this thing. I look at it and go, oh, interesting. January 16th is when I was supposed to appear. This is February 5th. Or 6th. Whenever it was. Or maybe in the 7th. Whatever. I'm not talking about today. I'm talking about a few days ago. A couple of days ago when I went there. And they told me this. And so she goes, oh, dear. Oh, I don't think it's 2014 we're talking about. No, it can't be January 16th. So she went over, and she came back, and instead of January, well, there was the sort of erasing of January, and then February. It's a form. It's a really complicated form. It's got about 3 things: the name, the date, the docket number, or whatever, and then that's about it. A couple things. They're not going to redo it. Then it's a lot of work. February 16th. Ah, good. Then I say, well, you know what? It might be a good idea for me to know what day of the week February 16th. And what do you know what I found out? I found out that the courts are open on Saturday. Or so I thought, but maybe I'd better check. I mean, in all of my lives, all of them, I've had all of them. What lives have you read? I mean, I'm sorry, I get lives and magazines mixed up, The Lives of Famous People is one magazine, The Lives of Frogs is another, The Lives of Popular Mechanics, popular scientists, you know, the ones who get all the girls. With guys. They don't really do good science. They're just spending the whole time getting the guy, the one, you know, in the bed with them. You know, that's all. That's all. Just when. Just when they had me. Just when I got out. That's right. I forgot what I was saying. Just when I got out, they pulled me back in. Well, you see, I don't really think that the the content of what's coming up is what your freaking business. So I'm gonna start talking yap, because I have a feeling that I said something, and if you have X-ray hearing, Y-ray hearing, Y-way hearing, highway, why fry when you could bake? Which reminds me, what happened to the tamales? Oh shit. Oh, I didn't put any tamales. What the hell are you talking about, tamales? Sheesh, okay. Anyway, now we're back. Okay, I filled that up. I don't think you heard what. No, it was just a little bit of private information. I knew it was gonna. I had to give some, like, a phone number. I want you to, that's one of what we do. One of the things. One of what we do. What we do? The things. That's what. What things? The things we do. No, we work very hard to protect each other's privacy as well as our own. Of course, our own. Got to do that. But we care about each other's too. You say, wait. I think you just said something that you just go ahead. When we know how to deal with it. We remind people. Wait. You just said his phone number. So it's in, it's from 7 minutes 26 seconds, starting at 27 minutes 26 seconds into your file number, whatever. There's private information, and we do that to each other all the time. We say, just expunge, or just make sure that is marked private, so you don't go sharing it. Because we have, most of us have just about our whole lives recorded. But we don't exactly give out our whole lives. I mean, we weren't born yesterday. There are plenty of people out there who are just very happy to take whatever you do and make it work against you. No matter how hard you try, no matter how hard you believe that, or how hard you just work toward making things work out. And well, what most of us have kind of learned over the years, it's what people, I think, learn over the years. People who learn. And not everybody learns. People stop learning when they're whatever. It can start pretty early in life. Or it could happen in their 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, whatever. Everybody has their own thing. And some people keep it up. Just keep it up until they die. They're young until they die. Their bodies might be chronologically old, but they stay active. It makes a big difference if you do this kind of thing all day long. Well, you don't have to do it all day long. It's just that you could be doing it while you're doing other things anyway. When you're walking down the street, instead of let me minimize the amount of walking, let me walk. Let me just start off with just swinging my arms a little, walk a little bit harder, and maybe got some music going in my earbuds, and get some real swing in there. And maybe get to the point where I'm huffing and puffing, which is good. It's good stuff. If you haven't done it since you're now 42 and you haven't done it since you were 31, you better be careful, because something's going to happen and it's going to set you way back if you're not thinking about it. Something almost always does happen. And the question is, does it set you back or not? In a strictly speaking, if you sprain an ankle, or you really pull some ligament in the knee, that's bad. That's bad, actually. It could result in your bones, your joints not meshing properly, So instead of kind of going like this, it's kind of come up like this and going on top and going smash, smash, like this, smash, smash, instead of a nice this, which is the way it's supposed to be. It's going like this and smashing in right there, smashing on a nerve, which, by the way, just by the way. So anyway, I'm Gatu. As you probably have guessed by now, I have the gift of gab. I've always been able to just talk. In the past, I worked for a while for Ambien. I was the placebo model. They had They said they had their, their one that does shorten people's lives, but not so much, so don't worry about it. And then they had their one that was their non-medicinal version. It was a lot more expensive because they had to get people like me to go to people's homes and talk, and give them this sugar pill. Here's your pill, man. Okay, now I'm going to talk. I'm going to talk about something really, really interesting. So I just want you to know that not only is the basic thing that I could say in maybe, 3 or 4 sentences really something I'm sure you really would like. I mean, I know that you would, because it's just interesting, But I can take that 3 or 4 sentences and expand it into 300 or 400 and bury the interesting stuff somewhere in the middle. Just, so that, just to see if you can stay awake. And very few people can. In fact, the biggest occupational hazard that I have run across is that I might fall asleep before the others. I mean, that's the thing, I'm okay. I'm contractually allowed to fall asleep, I mean, otherwise they'd have to pay me an awful lot of money, I come and sit in a nice, very comfortable armchair. I've got certain requirements. It's got to have some recline to it. It can't just be an upright thing. And, there's got to be some kind of nice, soft thing for my neck and my head. So, so that when the person has fallen asleep, breathing like some of my clients do. I think it's a good thing that I haven't been sleeping for the last 37 hours, because it makes it a lot easier to fall asleep even with this woman snoring like she's snoring. So, anyway, there was something I was going to say, but somebody is staring at me, and there was this really kind of look on their face, and I'm thinking, what, me? What do I do? What do I do? I mean, I'm just trying. I just called to say I love you. I just called to say how much I care. I just called to say I love you, and I mean it from the bottom of my heart. What is that? What the hell is that? It's fine. I like this music. Where did it come from? I was in a store or something. Oh my gosh. What's that? Where was I? That I felt free to say, oh my gosh. Oh, it might have been looking at my shoes, all covered with, I have these boots with big lugs, and then the snow has been packed in, so I wasn't going further than the front door mat in a lot of stores, because I couldn't get my shit off the slush, off my shoes, boots.
Yes. Yeah, I am. Can you hear me?
Oh, that's nice. That was GoDaddy.
Yeah.
Well, their customer service used to be really good. I don't know the medical. I don't really want you to listen to this stuff either. I'm going to stop this. Oh, yeah, holy cow, I've been going on for 24 frickin' minutes. I'm just going to put this up. I'm Godsford.